Hi, welcome to the vlog. It's Monday. It's 5:30. I'm just getting home from work. I didn't check in this morning because I was running a little bit late and I wasn't feeling the best, so I just didn't feel like updating. Unfortunately, I did not finish Power Play last week. Sunday, I ended up feeling kind of yucky towards the end of the night, so I didn't do much reading. But I am on page 355 now, so maybe I did do a little bit of reading. I can't remember how much I read last night, but I think I ended up doing like a little less than... I don't remember where I was yesterday, but anyway, I did some reading yesterday. Not that that matters because you're not... It doesn't matter. This is the start of the vlog. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm on page 336. And I'm really... Oh, no. 355. I'm a mess. A true mess today. Anyway, I'm on page 355. I'm really enjoying it. I'm 73% of the way done, so I do think if I buckled down, I could finish it tonight. It is relatively early in the evening, and Max is at his dad's, so I don't have to do like homework or anything like that, so it's literally just me time. So I do think I'm going to get comfy. Well, I'm already comfy, but I'm gonna just sit and read for a little bit until Charlotte gets home, and then we'll figure out what we're gonna do for dinner. I think we're gonna do some leftovers. And I'm gonna read. So essentially this book is about our main girl, Piper. She is divorced and she is struggling in her career, and she wants to take control of something that she feels like she can take control of. And even though she was married for quite a long time, she doesn't feel like she has a lot of experience in the bedroom because her and her husband, her ex-husband, weren't very intimate. And when they were intimate, they weren't connecting and it wasn't very good. So, enter our main male character, Liam. He is the goalie for the DC Stars, and they agree to kind of like a sex coach relationship kind of thing, where he will teach her how to be good in bed, and in return, she will be his fake date to his sister's wedding. This arrangement has been happening for a while, and it's not technically a spoiler because it does say so on the back, but they are also married. They got married in Vegas while they were drunk, and so it's also a marriage of convenience trope. And the situation that they're in is supposed to end after this wedding and after the season is over, and they are currently at the wedding. And I am a little nervous because if you read a lot of romances, you know that there's usually a third act breakup. And even though I know that, I always hate it when that happens, because I feel like a third act breakup can go one of two ways. It has to be an issue valid enough for the breakup to happen, but it can't be too serious that I don't believe that they could get back together and work it out, which I do feel like happens sometimes in romances, which takes it away from me. And I love Piper and I love Liam. Liam's one of my favorite male main characters I've read this year. I think he's so wonderful to Piper. He is attentive and protective, but not in an overbearing way. He is very caring in his own way that's very tender and soft and gentle, while maintaining this really grumpy and rough exterior, and I love him. He's everything to me, and I just really want to be able to still root for them after their third act breakup. I loved Face Off by the same author, Chelsea Curto, which is the first book in the DC Star series, so I have faith. I do not think she's going to let me down, but I get nervous every time I read a romance book because as much as I know that it's part of the formula, I hate it. But anyway, I think that's enough yapping for now, and I'm gonna I'm gonna read and I'll check in and let you know how much I've read in a little bit. Hey, it is Tuesday. It's 8:30, well, 8:18, so 8:20, and I'm home from work. I had to change out my license plates to my Massachusetts plates. I've been putting it off because I didn't want to have Massachusetts plates. It's a whole thing. But one of our neighbors that we know, they didn't change over their license plates and they got towed last night. So I was like, I cannot have that happen to me. So I changed my plates as soon as I got home. I did read this morning before having to go to work, and then I read on my break, and now I am 98% of the way through the book. I am in the epilogue, so I only have a few pages left, so I'm gonna eat my fried rice leftovers and finish this, and then I will check back in with you to let you know how I am feeling about it. Spoiler, I'm loving it. It is what it is. So I'm gonna get to reading and to eating my dinner, and then I'll check back in because I do have a tiny little book haul. I finished it. I loved it. I think I'm gonna give it a 4.5-star rating. I knocked it down a half star for 2 reasons. The first, when they first got married in Vegas, not a spoiler, it's on the back of the book. I didn't like how Liam handled it. It felt a little out of character for him. Just the way that he was talking and talking like about and to Piper. It felt a little out of character, and while I understand like the heightened emotions of the situation, especially getting married when you're drunk and not like of sound mind, could definitely cause somebody to have a heated reaction. The particular reaction that he had felt a little out of character. However, I do like how mature he was in approaching the situation after. His apology, his changed behavior, etc., etc. I did appreciate that, but I still feel like it was out of character for him. And then the second reason I docked it a half a star was because there was a particular through line with Piper's ex-husband that I don't think was fully fleshed out. And I felt like that was a piece of conflict that definitely could have added a little bit more to our love, our romantic connection, and brought them together or added just like a little bit of something. There was like a moment with the ex and Piper and Liam, but I just felt like it was leading up to something more that never actually occurred. So I'm gonna go with a 4.5-star rating. I love Liam. I love Piper. I love them together. I think they're definitely a couple that would last in the real world. And I'm really excited to keep going with this series. I love Chelsea Curto's writing, and at this point, having read 2 books, I will definitely be picking up literally everything she writes, because I've loved everything that I've read from her so far. And to me, that is pretty good. So I have to decide what I'm going to read next. I was going to read Catabasis, but I'm a little bit behind on my TBR this month. I wasn't expecting Power Play to take me almost 9 days to read. And it wasn't because I wasn't loving it. I just was doing other things, and we started watching Glee, and that is pretty bingeable. I've never watched Glee before, but Charlotte has, and Charlotte loves it, and it was her turn to pick a show, so this is the show that she picked. So I might read one of my shorter reads just to try and get a little bit caught up on my reading goal. Not that my reading goal is everything or the most important thing, but I would like to read a little bit more than just like 1 or 2 books. So that's what I think I'm going to do, but I am going to pick up a few of the things and just see what's connecting for me and go from there. I have a haul. Let me show you what I got. A fresh angle so I can set you down. So first I got, oh my god, it's so loud. I got a candle. So I bought this candle last year during fall because I worked at Barnes & Noble and it was on sale. And when I say it's one of the best fall candles I've ever had, I literally burned it until I could not burn it anymore. And we only had one left in the store this year and we can't order more. So obviously I had to buy it. It's just this pumpkin spice candle in a pumpkin. Like, how precious. It's a Foundry Candle Co. Pumpkin spice. So I probably could find it online, but I get a discount at work, so I had to have it. It's one of the best candles. So I'm very, very excited that I have another one. And then I got the final copy of Maddie Martinez's The Maiden and Her Monster. I have already read this. I had an art copy of it. It's one of my favorites of the year. It's sapphic. It's a Jewish golem story retelling. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. Everyone should read it. And then I picked up If It Makes You Happy by Julie Olivia. This is a rom-com set in the 1990s, and it has the most beautiful fall vibes. And I am so homesick for the 1990s. I'm not gonna lie. I was only like 7 in 1997, but there's something about late 90s and early 2000s that I am so nostalgic for. I miss it so much, and I'm really hoping this brings the vibes. And then I did pick up The Bachelor Cowboy because I am a sucker for a cowboy romance by Jessica Clare. This is a bachelor signs up to be at like a charity auction, and then our main girl bids on him and wins, but she has some stuff going on in her past that she's hiding back from him. It's a really kind of short rom-com. It's less than 300 pages. Let's see. It's only 280 something pages, so it seems like it would be a quick read. I'm really hoping I love it. I am literally obsessed. Hopefully it is focusing on the cover art because it's gorgeous. So anyway, this is my little haul and I'm obsessed. So that being said, I'm gonna go figure out what I'm gonna read and then I will come back and let you know. Charlotte should be home soon, fingers crossed, and we'll probably watch some Glee. It is Wednesday afternoon. I have had the day off, so I didn't check in right away. Hopefully you can forgive me. What did I do? I slept in this morning. I deserved it. I like how I feel like I have to justify that to you. I slept in, and then I got up. I cleaned the living room, the kitchen, did the dishes, all of that jazz. I took a shower, washed my hair. It's hair wash day. And now I am reading The Fireborn Blade by Charlotte Bond. It's actually pretty late in the afternoon, I think. It's 3:30. I am just now making myself something to eat for lunch. I'm heating up like a frozen pizza, like a personal size pizza. So I'll eat that for lunch, and Max should be back from his dad's in like an hour and a half-ish. I'm getting him back early this week, which is exciting. So I'm just kind of chilling. I've done all the chores that I'm going to do today. So I'm trying to read this. I would love to read this today to get caught up on my reading goal for September. It's not long. It's like 196 pages. It's for the Bookish Swifties book club that I'm in. The readathon for... I forget what the prompt is, but it's to read any book between, long story short, any book between 50 and 200 pages. So I figured a nice short read would catch me up. It is a lady knight. I love lady knights, called Madeleine, and she is disgraced, and the king basically tells her, you have to do something to be back in my good graces. Like, prove to me that you are as impressive as I think you are. And so she is now trying to get this fireborn blade from, like, myth. She has to kill this really old dragon to get it. Many knights have tried to get the fireborn blade and have perished. So we are following Madeleine trying to get this fireborn blade. And it seems like we're going back and forth between what happened prior to this quest and the actual quest that she's on. And then we have little interludes of other knights talking about their experience hunting dragons. So there's a lot going on in this very tiny book. But I am enjoying it. I love a lady knight. I especially love a lady knight when it's also sapphic. I don't know for sure who our love interest is, but I think it's a mage adept, I think they're called, for a mage who is helping Madeleine. So, anyway, those are the plans. I think the oven told me it was preheated, like, right before I started filming, but I was filming, so I wasn't going to stop. I am going to go put my pizza in the oven, and I'm going to read until I finish eating, and then I was going to move over to the computer and play some Baldur's Gate, because I haven't played it since I last played it, and I also am going to edit the vlog from last week so that we can get that up probably Friday when I have my next day off. I ordered this like Lola blanket online because they were having like a 50% off sale, but you also got a $50 gift card to like for a future purchase, and it is a very soft blanket. Like, I'm literally obsessed with it. I got the small size and didn't realize truly how small it was. It was called Baby, and I was like, maybe that's just what it's called. No, it's a baby blanket. Like, that's the size of this blanket. But it's cozy, and I like it, so I'm not going to complain too much. And I have a $50 gift card to use when I have some money to buy a bigger size. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's everything that I have for you right now. I'm just going to make my lunch and check in with you guys later. Making myself a little cup of coffee, well, espresso, because I'm exhausted. It is Thursday. It's 8:01. For a second, I thought it was still 7. And it's 8:01, and I am outside of work. I dropped Max off at school, and I have like 27 minutes before I can go into work. So I am going to continue reading The Fireborn Blade by Charlotte Bond. Yesterday, I was able to read 94 pages. So I wasn't able to read the whole book like I was wanting to because I was doing other things as well. But I was able to read quite a bit of it, about half of it. So today I should be able to finish it, especially since for the next just under 30 minutes I'm just going to be reading. So I'm enjoying it. We are going back and forth between the current, which is our main girl, Madeline, trying to get the Fireborn Blade, and then 6 months previously when she's meeting who I believe is going to be her love interest, and her name is Sarah Lane. And now we have we've learned more about her squire that she has and their motivations. And one of the things that is occurring throughout the book is magic. Our main character, Madeline, she's a knight, and while she uses magic items like charms to protect herself from ghosts or people who were murdered or people who were killed by dragons, because sometimes their essences stay in the place where they died, and then they can attack the people who are going to kill the dragon. It's kind of weird to explain. I don't know how to explain it at 8 in the morning. But she doesn't trust magic, and she doesn't trust mages. And one of the reasons why she doesn't is because they are not always honest and truthful. And it's a very patriarchal way of looking at magic. So women are not taught magic, and it's also looked down and frowned upon if women have any kind of magical ability. And our Sarah Lane, she is currently being trained to be a mage under a mage that Madeline kind of trusts and likes. But so there's that undertone as well. I don't know if I'm making any sense. I am very tired. I do not want to be at work this morning, but it is better than having a closing shift, so I will not complain too much. But anyway, that's my little update for this morning. I am going to read some more, and then hopefully by the time I finish it, I'll have an actual better way of talking about the book, because since it's so short, I'm I don't want to give any spoilers. So hopefully when I finish the book, I'll have some more eloquent thoughts to provide you with. Hey, it's Friday, and I forgot to check in earlier because we had things that we were doing. So this morning we went to a pop-up in Boston for the Ethel Cain show. It was a pop-up for their merch. We couldn't get tickets to the show, but I was able to get tickets to shop the merch. So that's what we did. And then we went to the mall, and now we're home. We're doing some chores, and we're also going to sit and do some writing and stuff together. Me and Charlotte both had the day off. That's why I keep saying me. But I really wanted to do like a little mini haul for you. So first up, I got this kind of cutoff shirt. And it says W. Tucker for Willoughby Tucker, and I already put it on. And then I got this Ethel Cain sticker, and I got this patch, which I don't have anything to put the patch on, but I might either frame it or put it in like an embroidery hoop and put it on the wall. Those are some options. And then I did buy another shirt that was white, but Charlotte already put it in the wash for me. And then I also got this green, my camera battery died, so you get iPhone footage. This green Ethel Cain hoodie, which I'm obsessed with. And then Charlotte got this black shirt that says Ethel Cain and has like a distorted image of her face, and then on the back it says, "If you love me, keep it to yourself," from Perverts. And then we went to the mall, and first we went to Sephora, to Charlotte's old Sephora, and we got me new brown mascara. Because I don't wear a ton of makeup, but I like brown mascara when I do, so we got me some new ones. We got Hourglass. And then we went to Bath and Body Works, and we got some fall candles. The first one, they were like 2 for $25. Yeah, 2 for $25, the 3-wick candles. So we got pumpkin spice latte. It smells exactly like how you would imagine. Football season, not a big fan of football season, but big fan of the way that this candle smelled. It is notes of fresh fallen leaves and autumn air, but I don't know what that means for like the scent notes. That's just how it's described. So take that for what you will. And then we got marshmallow fireplace, toasted marshmallow, fire roasted vanilla and amber, very yummy. More of a mild scent, which I'm very happy with. And then we got autumn evening, which is cool autumn air, fresh eucalyptus and warm woods for the note. And this one was also very good. 10 out of 10. And then the last stop we made was to the Build-A-Bear. Now, I haven't read this book, so you can come for me if you want. But the book, The Night and the Moth, I do know has a gargoyle character that has been pretty beloved. And I saw someone on TikTok get a gargoyle Build-A-Bear, and regardless of whether I've read it or not, it is on my TBR. I do want to read it. And I probably will also be obsessed with the gargoyle because I am exactly like every other girl. Regardless, I was like, that is so cute. I need one. So I went to the Build-A-Bear, and she was like, we don't have any of the regular size ones, but she was like, we have one of the mini beans. So he came home with me. He's so cute. Obsessed with him. Charlotte's giggling at me. She's listening to me and just giggling. But he's so cute. I had to have him. So I brought him home. So it was a very productive day. And then Charlotte is going to do a snack run once she's done hanging up the clothes. I'm not helping her because I'm a bad fiance. No, I just did other days this week, so. Okay, did you get my list?
I did.
So, she's gonna run that errand, and then we're gonna hang out and do some writing and just enjoy the rest of our day. It was a very nice day off. I haven't read at all today, and I read a little bit yesterday, but not as much as I wanted to, so fingers crossed. Oh, I can't hold my phone like that. Fingers crossed I'm able to finish the Fireborn Blade today at some point, because I would really like to finish that and get started on another book before the vlog ends. And I also need to finish editing and uploading last week's vlog because I really wanted to get that up today. But I wasn't entirely sure if we were gonna go to the Ethel Cain Pop Up. I'm really glad we did. It was so nice, and everyone around us was so pleasant. Like, I'm never sure exactly how it's gonna go with things like that, but it was a really nice experience. It was very smooth. The only thing that I didn't love about it was they had these cute little boxer shorts that I wanted so badly, but they only went up to a size large. And that's very disappointing as somebody who needs a bigger size than a size large. I just would have loved to see it a little bit more inclusive, but everything else was size inclusive, so it is what it is. Cut my losses. But yeah, I'm going to charge my camera so I can actually use it. And I'm going to go get situated. I'm going to make the living room comfortable and clean it up a little bit so that we can just enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Hi, it's Sunday. I'm in the car outside of work, and I just wanted to do a quick check-in because I didn't do one yesterday. Yesterday I worked a long shift. I got here in the morning, but I woke up late, and then when I got home from work, I really didn't feel good, so I didn't check in with you. I do have some updates for you. As for writing, I did actually write on Friday. I've been really struggling with writing. Every time I sit down to work on some of the works in progress that I already have, I get really discouraged. There's like really negative self-talk happening in my brain. And so I get paralyzed, like sitting at the computer. I like don't know what to do. Everything I write seems terrible. Every idea that I have is the worst. And like, I know that that's just like a mental holdup, but it is really difficult to write when that's what's going on up in your brain. So Friday I decided to just let myself play around with something that I've had like percolating back here for a while, and I ended up writing 2,230 words in the evening, which is incredible. More words than I've written in a session in like quite a long time. So I was really proud of that. And it's in a genre that I don't usually write in, horror. And when I had Charlotte read it, she was like, this voice is so different from your like fantasy and contemporary writing voices, but it like works really well. So I'm excited to continue working on that. My hopeful plan is to be able to work on it a little bit tonight, just to play around with it, see where it goes. Nothing too serious, but just to kind of get back in the flow of writing. But yeah, I'm feeling really good about that. And then I did finish the Fireborn Blade by Charlotte Bond, and I do have a lot of thoughts on that, which I will elaborate on, but probably not right now. I will say, I think I'm going to give it like a 3.5 star rating. It was fun and enjoyable for what it was. It was only 164 pages, so it was very short. And while I liked some of the lore drops that we got, as kind of like interludes between the main story, I felt like the pacing was off because of it, and it impacted the ability to do any real character development in that short of a story. Because when you have only 164 pages to tell a story, and some of it goes to lore drops about other dragon hunting expeditions, and then you're also flashbacking 6 months and 3 months, and then you have like the main storyline, I feel like you run out of space a lot quicker than maybe you realize you did, and then things suffer later on. So like, I felt like there was not enough character development even for the limited space that we had, because space was being given to other things. And then I also felt like there's like something that happens at the end, which is a spoiler, that I wasn't expecting, and it kind of took me like completely off guard, because it seemed so different than anything that I would have expected coming out of this book. It kind of gave me like Gideon the Ninth vibes, and while it wasn't necessarily a bad thing, I did enjoy it, and I'm definitely going to continue on with the next one. It was kind of out of left field, and I would have maybe liked a little bit more like foreshadowing in the beginning to be like, this is something that's possible, because it kind of was like, what is going on? But yeah, I liked it. I think I'm going to give it like a 3.5-star rating. Will definitely read the second one, and I'm hoping that I like the second one a little better. And now I do have just a little bit of time before I have to go into work. And I am going to be starting Metal from Heaven. I don't know if you could see it. By August Clark on my Kobo. It is also kind of like, it's been compared to Gideon the Ninth as well, which is funny. But it is a lesbian revenge story, and we love that. But now somebody's pulling up next to me, I think my coworker, so I'm gonna go bye.